2022 is the year that Mercedes Benz has taken the EV world by storm, unveiling the EQS and EQS SUV, the EQE, and now the EQB. With others hopping on board in this segment, the brand that goes by the catchphrase, the best or nothing, is injecting German engineering and styling into a market that certainly needs it. With compact crossovers appearing to be what consumers want the most from an EV, the EQB arrives as being an affordable yet practical option that can also be upscale, refined, and a joy to drive. So here are 5 reasons why you should buy a 2022 Mercedes Benz EQB. Up until this year, if you wanted a practical and spacious electric crossover, your best bet was the Tesla Model Y. But now we have the Ford Mustang Mach-E, Volkswagen ID.4, and Audi Q4. Due to the battery placement and electric motors, cargo and passenger capacity does suffer, making them less practical than a gas-powered car. The Mercedes-Benz EQB addresses these problems and concerns, as you can comfortably fit 3 people in the second row, thanks to the higher roofline and more than sufficient shoulder room, which these were all selling points for the GLB that we believe is more family-friendly than the GLA. It should also be worth mentioning that the EQB is the only EV crossover in this segment from a legacy manufacturer that offers a third row to showcase that it's more capable and versatile than its competitors. Then if you plan on taking a road trip, the EQB will provide just under 24 cubic feet of room behind the second row seats, and 62 cubic feet overall, making this a great daily driver and weekday commuter vehicle if you carry items with you throughout the week. While competitors do offer a similar amount of interior spacing, the EQB also puts emphasis on the occupants of this EV to be accommodating for people of all shapes and sizes. Regardless of whether a vehicle is electric or not, one of the biggest reservations car shoppers have today is the new technology manufacturers are using for their infotainment systems, center console, and dashboards. For the EV world, you often find yourself in a more futuristic interior than conventional cars, which does create some apprehension. Rather than reinventing the wheel, the EQB uses an identical cabin to the GLB, and you'll immediately notice the similarities to the gas-powered model it's based on, as the full digital gauge cluster and user interface should be familiar if you've owned a Mercedes-Benz in the past. By using the touchpad and buttons mounted on the left side of the steering wheel, you can customize this display to your liking and access the different menus that are embedded on this screen, including the driver assistance features, navigation, and radio. Then as you take a glance at the user interface, you'll have a 10.2-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility to go along with onboard navigation. Providing easier functionality, you can use the touchpad and quick access buttons found on the center console if you so desire, or use the touchpad mounted on the right side of the steering wheel. One key difference from the GLB is the dedicated menu that shows you where there's nearby charging stations, but also the energy consumption and remaining battery life so you can better plan your trips. Besides that, if you're hopping in from an older GLA or C-Class, you should feel right at home inside the EQB. We also can't forget about the seating comfort before moving on. With the $2,800 AMG Night Package, MB Tech Sport seats with dynamic inserts will add a sporty vibe to the EQB, providing a good amount of bolstering and support. And in front of you will be the AMG line Sport steering wheel wrapped in Nappa leather to keep you fully engaged on weekday commutes. Lastly, an optional panorama roof will bring in a lot of natural light to the interior, and we believe is a must-have when ordering your EQB. A few years back, when we had featured the GLB, expectations were certainly kept to a minimum, as it was mostly seen as a more practical and spacious GLA. And due to its boxier and less aerodynamic body lines, it certainly wasn't going to be the sportiest or most agile in its market. With the EQB being underpinned by the same chassis, we were curious to find out how it differed from the gas-powered model it's based on. And due to Mercedes-Benz re-engineering the suspension to handle the weight of the battery and electric motors, it quickly became apparent that this EV was going to be more fun and engaging. Thanks to that additional weight, the EQB has a lower center of gravity, providing a lot of confidence in the corners with a substantially less amount of body roll, allowing us to push this crossover a bit further than the GLB. Steering feel and feedback resembles other vehicles in the lineup, where it's smooth and direct, but not heavy or weighted like we see from BMW. When it comes to performance, the EQB 350 is powered by dual electric motors to produce 288 horsepower and 384 pound-feet of torque, and you'll also have a range of 230 miles on a full charge. Because EVs get such great performance thanks to instant torque, the EQB is capable of going from 0 to 60 in 6 seconds flat, which, to put that into perspective, will be about 9/10 of a second slower than the GLB 35 AMG. And for most buyers entering this market for the first time, that should be more than adequate. Most importantly is that when tested back-to-back, the EQB offers a superior ride and better performance when compared to non-AMG models, showcasing the performance benefits of going with an EV over an internal combustion engine. One of the barriers to entry for many consumers is that with EVs comes a handful of learning curves, whether that be understanding the nuances and differences between recharging an electric car compared to filling up a gas-powered vehicle, or simply shoppers not being enthusiastic about the futuristic designs and technology. The EQB's identical interior to the GLB and slightly refreshed exterior to separate the EQ line from the rest of the Mercedes-Benz family should help ease buyers into transitioning from gas to electric. Instead of intricately shaped headlights and taillights or an unconventional road presence, the EQB will blend right in on the roadways, but we believe looks better than the GLB thanks to the free-flowing front fascia, where the daytime running lights connect to the LED light bar, and with a lack of an active grille, the centerpiece does provide some continuity to the road presence. The rear fascia also has these same characteristics, and because of the taillights extending the length of the rear end, the EQB hides the boxier shape and looks more inspiring. The appearance of this crossover is modern and streamlined, but is a gradual evolution in design for Mercedes-Benz that contrasts greatly from what we see in the EV market by rivals. It goes without saying that the EQB will obviously be a rival to the Model Y, but also the Audi Q4 and Ford Mustang Mach-E. And while it may have a smaller battery and shorter range, it's one of very few EVs out there right now that's conducive for American families. The overall practicality, interior refinement, easy-to-use technology, and polished driving dynamics puts it in the conversation as being a viable alternative in this market. But also for Mercedes-Benz's first affordable EV product in the lineup, buyers are welcomed with an overall experience that's no different than what a GLA or GLB is offering. For those ready to make the switch, there's no need to be apprehensive and dealing with complex technology, as its conventional design and driving environment is perfect for a first-time EV buyer. We hope you enjoyed this quick buyer's guide for the 2022 Mercedes-Benz EQB. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos like this one. And if you're interested in buying an EQB or any other EV, make sure to check out our full reviews to help you find your next vehicle. And thanks for watching.